All right, normally I wait a few weeks before I do the full review, but let's go ahead and review this anyway, a little more in depth. Of course, these probably are not ideal testing situations. I don't know why I do these in the van. I'm just so excited. I gotta try it. I picked it up from UPS today. Oh man, it's got... it's red hot cinnamon. It's like red hot candy. Just some oak and sugar and vanilla in there. Actually, the more it opens up, the less I'm smelling cloves. But yeah, it's like red hots. Did you ever have those when you were a kid? I don't even know if they still make them. I love me some red hots. Or I guess like a fireball, like the fireball candy. I guess you could also describe it that way. Wow, it smells great. Yeah, this will be one that I could smell, that I could just sit and enjoy. Go watch a whole movie and just smell this thing. Barely ever try it. That's very good. I'm also now, the more I smell it, I'm getting like a grain note, like a wheat. And for me, what wheat smells like, it doesn't smell like baked bread. For me, wheat smells like the scent of uncooked, unbaked bread. So like the dough, when I get a wheat note in something. So got a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of wheat dough in there, and still the oak. Like for now, the longer it's been, 2 minutes since I smelled this, started smelling this on the long review. And yeah, I'm not getting the cloves as much anymore. So red hots and wheat, a little bit of tiniest bit of cloves and oak in there. Let's look at more about this bottle before we taste it again. So it's a single barrel, privately selected barrel, private select single barrel bourbon. I don't know where this is out of. Woodinville. I'll have to look it up where it's at. I don't know where they're out of. Made in Washington, so I assume that's Washington State, not Washington D.C. Woodinville Whiskey Company, established 2010, so a younger company. Again, this was for ADHD whiskey, and I enjoy. So you know, he's got his name here on the front of the bottle, but what I like what this guy does is he comes up with his own labels for the stuff that he private selects. And then the way I got this is I'm on his Patreon. I'm at a fairly low level, but I was still able to get, I actually was able to get 2 bottles of this. So, you know, that's a little bit of a gamble, wondering if you're going to enjoy it, but I definitely do enjoy it. Yeah, like I say, I'll have to find out where they're out of, because the only drawback of him putting this sticker on here is it covers up whatever little blurb that they had on the back of it. So maybe, since I have 2, I hate to pull this sticker off, but maybe since I have 2 bottles, maybe I'll see. I'll just tear up the corner a little. I'll see if it'll come off clean, because I got another bottle. Okay, it's not. It's tearing up. It's tearing up the sticker anyway. So we'll go ahead and leave it on there. So I've got one slightly damaged sticker and another one that's good. All right, let's go ahead and get back into the tasting then. We're gonna nose it one more time, see if anything's changed in the last couple minutes. The wheat smell has gotten stronger to me. The red hots are still there, but they've eased off. I don't really smell clove at all anymore. That's interesting that something can change so quickly. It's got good legs on it. You know, the Mini Glen is not my favorite tasting, but that's all I keep on the van. I keep a couple Mini Glens, but yeah, look at that. It's got good legs. Yeah, so bread dough and red hots, that's mostly what I'm getting. So on the taste, wow, okay, on the palate, and this is a little bit, I think this is different than the short that you may have just watched, or the short that you're going to watch in a little bit. But the cinnamon's coming through, and even a little bit of the bread is coming through. So it's like a Cinnabon, but they forgot to put the frosting on. It's still sweet, it's just not Cinnabon frosting drenched sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that tasting note. So on the finish, I never taste anything extra on the finish. Some people do. I've heard of like front palate, mid palate, finish, all that stuff. I don't ever get anything on the back end. So for me, finish is just about the experience of it going down my esophagus, basically. So in this case, I'm actually getting the hug at the top of the finish, but I don't have the hug like all the way down through my passages here. So it ends up being, so basically the way I describe the finishes, maybe I've talked about this before. If something's smooth, that means it kind of goes down, no Kentucky hug. If something's warm, it's got just a little bit of the hug. If something's hot, it's got a lot of hug. And hot and then spicy is so much hug that it's almost messing with my GERD, with my acid reflux. So this is a weird one where it's spicy at the top, but it doesn't trigger any pain from my acid reflux issues. So this one is actually spicy and smooth at the same time. That's pretty awesome. Wow, okay, yeah, I agree with I'm gonna stick with the final notes on that. And I still will try this again in 3 weeks. I might not post it, or maybe I'll do, because I got kind of like a little backlog of neck pores. So maybe I will do some longer reviews of the neck pores all in one video. All right, so today's August 4th. I don't know what date it is when you're watching this. So it's August 4th. So on the nose, I'm gonna write first. I had oak, clove. What did I say initially? Oak, clove. I either said cinnamon or wintergreen. I'm gonna put spice. But then when I came back to it, I got bread dough, D-O-U-G-H, bread dough and red hots. Then that's the nose. Now the palate. The first time it was just kind of, the first one on the short review was just kind of, didn't really have a lot. It was spicy, it was cinnamony. I didn't go into a lot of detail, but also the minute was running out on that short. But now on the palate, we continue. Okay, that's right. It was a Cinnabon without frosting. And then the finish, spicy and smooth. Spicy then smooth, I'll say. S-B-I-C. Is there an E in spicy? No, it just looks like it's just a Y. That looks right. Spicy then smooth. Hey, keep it down out there. All right, cool. Thanks for hanging out in Izzo's van. And I'll see you on the next review.